Go through, this is final review 1, pre-final 1. We're just going to talk about the ones that are word problems that look like, and I'm just going to ask you, what's the operation involved? So as you're going through, you can write down what we decided was the operation involved. Okay, this is order of operations. Remember, you have all the answers in the back, but you're going to do times and division, and you're going to show all work. Okay, so here we are on question 13. There are 222 basketball fans who plan to go to a game. How many buses will be needed, given that each bus can hold 34 fans? What is the operation? Division. We're going to divide 222 by 34, aren't we? Okay, look at question 14. There are 4 piles of papers on a desk. Each pile has the same number of papers. There are 32 papers in all on the desk. How many papers are in each pile? What are we going to do? What's the operation? Division, right? 32 divided by 4 piles. Okay, order these numbers, that's no biggie. Okay, Caitlin, this is number 17. Caitlin gives a cashier a $20 bill. She is buying an item for $5.47. How much money should Caitlin get back? What's our operation? Subtraction. Very good. Okay, number 18. A bowl contained 29.3 grams of salt. Diane poured in another 52.17 grams. How much salt does the bowl contain now? Addition. Very good, because we're adding it in, aren't we? Number 19, Michael made an international phone call for 5.6 minutes. He was charged 0.35 for each minute. Find the amount he paid. What's our operation? What? Okay, he's paying 35 cents for each minute. And he was on there for 5.6 minutes. So it's what? Multiplication. I hope you're just writing these operations down by each one. Okay, so that you don't have to go back and watch the video. All right, so now we're on number 25. Okay, all of this is very,
Why can't we just do them?
You're going to do these at home, honey, because we have a whole nother sheet that's more complicated than this one. This is the easy one. Okay, because this is your review and this is your homework for the week. Okay, yes, it's due on Friday. We're going to go, Everly, it's due on Friday. That means you're going to walk in and hand me your reviews, and you're going to take your final. We're not going to talk about it.
I know, that doesn't make any sense.
Yes, final exam reviews are due the day of the final. That's standard operating procedure at Rocky Bayou.
Question. What if you don't turn in the review?
If you don't turn in the review, you get a 0 quiz grade.
What's the extra?
Okay.
There's like 2.
Did I get those 200s for the first grades for being there on Saturday?
Yes, you did. Okay, question number 25. Anne swam 2 nights kilometers to an island. Then she swam 1 night's kilometers to a boat. How far did she swim in all? Okay, really? Addition. And then we would get 3 nights, wouldn't we? I'm doing it for you. We would add 2 nights and 1 night, and we get 3 nights. And then we would write our answer as a fraction in simplest form, so it would be what? 3 nights?
I don't know.
3 nights, divide the top by 3, and divide the bottom by 1/3. 1/3. Okay, so what are you going to have to do on number, this one, 26? You're going to have to get common denominators. Okay, what are you going to have to do on number 27? Keep, change, flip, right? Because you're dividing by a fraction. So you're going to flip it over and turn it to multiplication, right? A bookstore, number 28. A bookstore had 81 copies of a magazine. Yesterday, the bookstore sold 7/9 of these copies. How many copies were sold? What do we do when we see an of?
Multiplication.
It's multiplication. So what are we going to write down as our operation here?
18 times 7 over 9.
Okay, that's 81, sweetie.
Whatever.
Okay, 81 times 7 over 9, right? And then you would get it done a little easier if you use some cancellation, because 9 goes into 81 evenly.
What's 44 times 4?
I don't know. All right, number 29.
Your math?
A shipment of sugar fills 2 1/5 containers. If each container holds 3 3/4 tons of sugar, what is the amount of sugar in the entire shipment? Okay, so we know how many containers we have, and we know what each container holds. What are we going to do? What's our operation? Number 29, what's our operation, guys?
No idea.
Each container holds 3 3/4 tons. So we're going to take 3 3/4 tons and multiply by 2 1/5, aren't we?
No, wait,
Multiply. So what happens when we're multiplying mixed numbers? What do we always have to do when we're multiplying mixed numbers?
that's crazy.
Don't we have to turn them into improper fractions to multiply them?
Whoa, yeah, you're right.
Okay, so we're going to turn each one of these into improper fractions. I hope that you're taking notes so that you know how to do the problems.
I'm right.
Okay, so this one is question 31. The temperature fell by 10 degrees Fahrenheit today. Write a sign number to represent this temperature change. Is that difficult? What will be the sign number? -10. Thank you. Miguel's test score average decreased by 13 points this semester. Write a sign number to represent this change. -13, right? So you're not just writing negative, you're writing -13, right? Okay, plotting points on a line, you know how to do that. Okay, this is another word problem. It says the table gives the temperature in Fahrenheit in 5 cities at 6 a.m. on the same day. Use the table to answer the questions. Okay, so by noon, the temperature in Buffalo had risen by 14 degrees Fahrenheit. What was the temperature there at noon? Okay, so here we're going to say Buffalo was originally -5 and it's risen 14 degrees. So what will it be then? 9 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, how much higher was the 6 a.m. temperature in Santa Fe than in Junio? Junio, how do you say that? Okay, so we got degrees Fahrenheit. It's going to be how much higher was the 6 a.m. temperature in Santa Fe than in Junio? 66, -25. What's the answer going to be? 91. Very good. Okay, 91 degrees higher. Okay, question 34. You guys know how to do these. I probably shouldn't even do it for you, but let's do it. Okay, a boxer loses 4 pounds and then gains 4 pounds. Which one are we going to put? At her starting weight. Good, Logan. Excellent. Okay, the company gains 13 employees and then loses 15 employees. The company's size is now?
Bigger,
Smaller. Okay. A hot air balloon goes up 55 feet and then down 0 feet.
Hey, Lily, do you have an eraser?
Okay, so it's going to be higher, right? It's above its initial height. Okay, so these are all math. Remember, you've got the answers to all of these. I don't want you to look at the answers, though, until you're checking your work, because this is to help you review for a final exam. Maya is riding in a bike race that goes through a valley and a nearby mountain range. The table gives the altitude in feet above sea level for the 5 checkpoints in the race. How much lower is checkpoint 3 than checkpoint 2? So one's positive and one's negative. So aren't we subtracting them? So we're going to have, what would our equation be? Our expression. 1,386 minus a -61. Okay, so we're really going to end up adding 1,386 feet with the 61, right? Because we're subtracting a negative, it's going to end up being an addition. How much? Okay, so B, the top of a hill rises 78 feet above checkpoint 1?
The same.
I don't have a stapler in here. We're not going to stop right now.
The same. Do you know what 14 plus 14 is? That's like 28, right?
Yes. The top of a hill rises 78 feet above checkpoint 1. What is the altitude of the top of the hill? Okay, so 78 feet above checkpoint 1. Here's checkpoint 1. What's 78 above that? What will we do? Okay, so we're going to have negative 165. Let's see, I'll get out my little sheet here.
What's 4 times?
We haven't had much work to show, but I'll do it. Okay, Everly, do your math to yourself, please. Negative 165, and then we're adding 78 to it, right? So we have opposite signs. What's our procedure when we have opposite signs? Anybody? How do we do this?
So going the other side and not later.
Oh, no, we have to subtract the two, right? When we have opposite signs, we really subtract their absolute values. So we're going to subtract 165 minus 78. We're going to find the difference because they're going in opposite directions. And that's going to be a 7. That's going to be a 5. 15 minus 87. Then we take the sign of the larger number, right? So it's negative 87. Okay. That one's easy. That one's easy. That one's easy. All right, so we are done. And remember, you've got your answer keys there. Pre-final one was pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and shut that video down.